Hi folks, it's DIECAST Buffet here again, and I have a 2019 NASCAR Duralast Cup Series rules package video. So I've been teasing about this video for a couple months now, honestly, talking about a new rules package and what we're going to be seeing in this upcoming season. And this is going to be the video explaining the rules entirely. It's a little bit different from season 1. I think I refined it a little bit, and I have an interesting solution. So go ahead and get it out of the way. If you haven't watched the NASCAR Duralast Cup Series, it's not a stop motion. It's in fact an actual racing series. Like, it's literally die-cast racing. You put a car on the track, you push it, wherever it lands, you take the car off, you put it off the track, and then you push another one. Well, if the car on the track passes the car off the track, that's a pass for position. If they don't, they end up lining up behind them. So using this same thing was my core concept for focusing on the new rules package. So here's what I've came up with. So obviously that is our style of racing. It's unlike really anything else out there, to be honest. But for restrictor plate events, we're going to get pack racing. If you watch Talladega, it was a blowout. It was Clint Boyer just blew the doors off everyone there. I was not happy about it. I wasn't. I want more packed up racing. Alright guys, so this is what the new rules package is going to be like. So, when you watch NASCAR Duralast Cup Series, you notice how one car will go around the track and it will pass another car. This is basically a demonstration of how that works. So, car number 1 goes around the track, lands here. I would take it off the track like so. Car number 2 goes around the track, lands here. Well, its bumper is just slightly shorter of the car ahead, so it lines up here. This is where the new rules package for Daytona and Talladega is going to commence. So, let's say car number 3 goes around the track, and it goes around again, and lands way over here, right? Let's say Newman or whoever in the 31 lands there. At Daytona and Talladega, the new rule is that if you pass a car, no matter how much the distance is, you are going to end up directly in front of the car. Or if you fail to meet, if you fail to pass the car ahead of you, no matter where you end up behind, you are going to directly line up behind them. And this is going to create pack racing, because instead of the cars being strung out all over the place, you're going to have the cars wadded up, right? This is going to create pack racing. And what this does is allows cars that don't have the greatest of speed, they're going to be able to leapfrog more competition. Like this car might not be the fastest one in the alley. If he has a good lap, though, guess what? He can go around both of them pretty quickly. But if they're not packed up, then guess what? You got the 6 car over here, you got the 31 over here. That's not that much of a difference, but regardless though, it still adds a little bit of challenge. So what this is going to do is this is going to create more exciting racing. It's going to create more in-depth drama, I think, as well, because you're not only going to see wild card-esque moments, but you're also going to see big crashes too. And this is to the next part of the NASCAR Duralast Cup Series 2019 rules format. So in 2019, we're going to be actually having big wrecks. This is something that was missing in 2018 that I did not include. We only had single car wrecks. Well, in 2019, we're having multi-car wrecks. And this is how it's going to work. So the cars are going to go around the track, right? Well, let's say these 2 cars have already ran. Here's car number 3. This car is going to go around the track. Let's say he hits the wall, right, and flies off like they actually do. If he just ever so tags the 6 car, both the 43 and the 6 are both out of the race. They're both out of the race. Now, should he hit the 6 car and the 6 car hits the 31, all 3 of these cars are out of the race. So this concept basically means if a car comes off the track and he takes out another car, they're out. If he touches another car, they're out. They're wrecked. And this is going to create exciting pack racing because the pack is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, man. This is going to add a lot of drama to Daytona and Talladega. This is something we didn't have in Season 1, but we're going to have in Season 2. Now, as of right now, this rules format, the restrictor plate stuff, it's only obviously going to be at Daytona and Talladega. The multi-car crash system, as of right now, this is subject to change, but as of right now, it's only going to be applied to Daytona and Talladega. We're going to see how it plays out. Maybe in the future we might include to different tracks, because like if you go to Bristol and a car comes off, and since the track's so tight and condensed, you're practically going to get a massive wreck fest, and that's just not Bristol all the time. So we're going to be looking around at different ways to do this, but once again, folks, this is going to be a part of the rules format for 2019. So we already covered the multi-wreck policy. We've already covered the new restrictor plate package. How about the points? Points are going to remain top 10. Get points only. So if you finish first, you get 10 points. If you finish 10th, you get 1 point. This adds an interesting concept to the season. So instead of it being, oh, I finished 30th and I get X amount of points, you got to finish top 10 to get points. You got to get in the top 10 to get your lunch money. With a 14-race season, 140 points is the absolute maximum you can get, and that's for winning every single race. Obviously, no one's going to do that. There's just too many variables, but that is the point limit. If you hit that, you win the championship by default, because you couldn't, do any better. But what this creates is comers and goers. So you'll see guys who will do good at Daytona, who ain't going to do good at Bristol, who ain't going to do good at Texas, Chicagoland, Pocono, different tracks. And with it only top 10 getting points, you're going to see a very even point system. You're going to see guys who are going to have 3 or 4 points ahead of another guy, meaning that in one race, you can leapfrog a dozen drivers. That's the difference. If you pull out a surprise win, you can jump from 13th in the points to the top 2, man. It's going to challenge the teams to make the most of every race. Denny Hamlin won the championship last year by finishing in the top 10 every single race. Yes, every single one. Not a single race did he miss out of the top 10. So he was earning points week in and week out, and he won it, the championship, and he flat out beat Clint Boyer. He won the championship. So this is what's going to make, I think, a more exciting 2019 is top 10 in points, same thing as last year, but you're going to have multi-car wrecks. This is going to create some drama. This is going to create drama because you're going to see pack racing. These cars are going to be lined up, right? They're going to be lined up. One car crashes, which we do see some crashes. Daytona and Talladega, we see more crashes here than anywhere because the track is so big. When I push these cars around, they're going so fast, man. Holy cow. There's so many opportunities for them to fly off. So when they do fly off and they tag another car, that is a multi-car wreck. That's going to be new for 2019. Pack racing. This is going to create bunched up fields, and this is going to create new winners and opportunities. I mean, it's going to get interesting. Now for 2019, there's no field caps. I think 40 drivers. Yeah, 40 drivers, 43 drivers will obviously be the maximum, but we're never going to hit that, I don't think. I'm always open to having a larger field, so maybe during the field we'll add some new drivers. Who knows? But the important thing is we're going to have like 33 drivers from the start. I mean, we're going to have a lot more than we started in Daytona last year, so expect a little bit more drama this go around for the 500. There's going to be much more competition, and that's pretty much the meat and potatoes, so to speak, of the 2019 rules format. Of course, we're going to have 14 races. We're going to be starting off in Daytona August 4th. Make sure to tune in. After that, it's going to be Atlanta, Bristol, and then so on and so forth. I already made a video about the whole Duralast Cup Series schedule, so make sure to check below in the description for that. All 14 races, it'll be saying when these races will show up. I'm thinking every 2 weeks we're going to have a new race. That's going to be the goal because it gives me enough time to edit, record, all that stuff, because I do a lot of photography with these races too. If you tuned in my Instagram last February and March, you've seen I posted a crap load of photos from Charlotte Motor Speedway and Homestead Miami Speedway with the DIECAST. So I'm going to be doing a lot of race photography with that. I'm going to be doing a lot of, just a lot of little things around it to kind of, build up a little bit of a race weekend feel. So make sure to tune in for that, man. It's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait, man. I really can't wait. It's going to be a ton of fun. So make sure to tune in August 4th for the NASCAR Duralast Cup Series Daytona 500. This is the rules format. Now, this stuff is subject to change. As of right now, this is going to be the format for Daytona. We're going to see how it runs and how it plays out. We might tweak it a little bit. I'm interested to see that maybe we might use this damage policy where multi-car wrecks could happen at 1.5 miles. I think we're not going to do it at Bristol though, because that is just going to be a mosh pit, man. We're talking 15 DNFs every race because the cars are so bunched up because it's such a small track. We don't see that at Bristol. We just don't. We don't see that many wrecks. It's a short track. You can fix up your car pretty easily, so we'll have to see how that plays out. But for the most part, Daytona and Talladega was our core focus for this rules package. I like the points format. There's no chase. There's no chase, no playoffs, none of that. It's Daytona, Homestead, 14 races, go. That's how it is, and that's going to be the end of this video. I'll have a video on the off-season recap of all the drivers, new teams, sponsors, and all that good stuff. The silly season video, that will be out soon, so make sure to tune in for that. We're almost there, man. We're within 3 weeks of the first race. I've been waiting all off-season. It's going to get exciting. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe at DIECAST Buffet for all the latest NASCAR DIECAST content. Thank you all so much for watching again. Make sure to hit that notification bell, and DIECAST Buffet signing off.